everybody, it's Shay, and welcome to this episode of Doki Doki Literature Club. This game was recommended to me by a friend, and I have heard a few things about it. As you can see, it's not really a spoiler, because on the main screen right here, it says this game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed, so that's a warning for you guys out there as well. All I know about this game is that it is sort of a creepy take on the classic dating sim game, sort of digs into the meta-ness of how shallow and sometimes creepy dating sims are just on their own. And I thought that sounded fantastic, so let us get into it without any further ado. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a safe experience playing this game. For content warnings, please visit the site below. You all have been warned. I will also put a trigger warning in the description. Oh, by playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree that you are at least 13 years of age and you consent to your exposure of highly disturbing content. I do agree. I appreciate this trying to not be like a screamer, you know what I mean, in that way. So cute. Look at those cute girls. Just look at them. Alright. Let's get into it. I have to have a name. You know what? This is gonna be a very meta game, so I'm gonna do my name. I'm not even gonna fuck around. Hey! Is that the right voice? Yeah. I see an annoying girl running toward me from a distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Yuri, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. I think she's annoying. Ha ha ha! You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's gonna chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Oh, I forgot for a second that this is actually me. I'm an asshole. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. Do I have a gender? You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. Oh, believe me, I was. That's mean, Shay. I'm sorry, Sayori. I don't personally feel this way about you. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. What a fucking... Alright. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all, which means you might really like me. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. Sorry, you should have higher standards than me. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Shay, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I already told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you wanted to join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. What a fucktard. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average. Yeah? Yeah, while spending my free time on games and anime. I'm such a weeaboo. Is that? I don't know. That'd be like a taco, right? As you can tell, I've clearly played so many dating sim games, and I watch all of the anime. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Sayori knows how much of a loser I am. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. You're too precious, too good for this world, little girl. Well, actually, I shouldn't call. That's demeaning. And I know you're happy now, but I thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. I'm really naive. I don't know what NEET means. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Well, at least you'll promise me you'll try a little. Was that a something? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why did I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? What's wrong about being lectured by a carefree girl? Me? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she doesn't exaggerate everything inside of her head. What's so wrong about having somebody who cares about you? I'm already miffed at this game. I think this is the reaction I'm supposed to get. Unless I actually play a lot of knitting sims, perhaps then it wouldn't faze me. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. They don't even have any motivational posters in this school. All the pictures are blank. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I had no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's gonna make you late for your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There is no way I'm coming to your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. That sounds like a bomb-ass club. Fuck you, me. You go, Sayori. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 90% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. So why do you assume she's so shallow? Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. I only care about the animes, because I'm going to the animes club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. I let out a long sigh, like I am right now, at how awful I am. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I didn't know you, whatever. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs. I gotta go to a club and support my friend who's so supportive of me. I'm gonna sulk. A section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glanced around the room. Oh my god. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? I am a boy. Fuck. I mean, seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Shay, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can't... Natsuki wanted a girl, and then she got me. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear. Oh, well. Then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. I love how we've given each of them superpowers, even though this is supposed to be, like, your real friends. Don't say, don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Shay. Monica smiles sweetly. Look at her. Oh my god. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Shay. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I wonder who I'll choose. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? Why are you making tea? We're in school. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. I mean, I'm not complaining. I love a good cup of tea. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still being awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. How fancy and cute! The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate are used to make the ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this before? What? Made them for you or anything. Is it supposed to be like a moment of deja vu? Yeah, I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe, but not for, you, dummy. Alright. I gave up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismissed the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. Where the fuck did she get the tea set? She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. Do you keep a whole tea? Yeah. Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? It sure does, Yuri. You seem like my kind of girl. If this was actually dating sim, I would probably go with you. I guess. Hehehe, don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri is just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be my pastime, might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I had a brain stutter. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort into starting something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. It's almost like it's a dating simulator. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So Shay, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. How delicate. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. I like Yuri. Yuri is my girl. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes lit up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. I just met you, and I think I know everything about you already. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you through a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. It's almost like this is breaking the fourth wall right now. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes stared over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! Give that back! Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. I'm not demeaning you or anything. Sayori's sidled up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I'm judging you, even though I just met you. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have a writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I regret saying what I said. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Yeah, what are we doing in this club? We've been sitting around talking about shit. Is this what this club is? I thought literature club was like book club. I wanted a deep analysis into a book. One book. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Shay? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on. There's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back on the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Yuri may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought, Shay, you all, I'm defenseless against these girls. So defenseless. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? What that is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes! I'm so happy. Yuri wraps her arms around me. I have a cat. No, cat on my lap. No, I love you, but not now. Go away. Alright. Oh, I know, I'm sorry. Okay. Yuri wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Shay, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Hee. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Shay, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, I'm having issues. That's right, Yuri and I never walk home together anymore because she always stays after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. What's my poem gonna be? It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay. Interesting. Is this... This is interesting. Shit. I didn't realize it was one per page. Okay. I want to impress Yuri. So... Misfortune. Am I actually trying to make sense here? Effulgent. I don't even know what that means. Disoriented. Lust. Variance. Tenacious. Tenacious marshmallow. No. Uncanny. Horror. Extraordinary. Infallible. Doki Doki. What does Doki Doki mean? Hold on. I'll put that in there just for the hell of it. Fickle. I don't know, graveyard. I guess I'll go with... Oh, are they actually reacting to what I'm doing? I can't tell. Headphones. Vivacious. Yes, they are. Okay, cool. Good to know. Oh wait, did any of them react to Doki Doki? Depression. Essence. Yes, I'm making Yuri happy. Why isn't Monica on this page? Huh. Heaven sent. Whisper. Oh, she like that. Unrestrained. Contamination. Precious, vibrant, unending. After image, hopeless, shiny. After image? Yeah. Special, excitement, giggle, family, pain. I see, I already like pain. Determination, frightening. Was that supposed to make sense? Hi again, Shay. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Haha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least kept my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Shay. I hope this isn't too overwhelming a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Sarah told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back down into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Shay always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. That doesn't sound like me. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. So Yuri, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Shay can become good friends too. Sorry. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she's just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that it means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal of it if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanna. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. Cat, leave me be. My kitty is trying to get into my lap. Leave me be. No. Kitty. There. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. I can't help but notice her tense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think Shay knows me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed you in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Who doesn't have 2 copies of the same book? Me? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... Oh, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? Well, what's it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. Here's an ominous-looking eye symbol. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister, but as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison, and while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles, all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Shay? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a new perspective. When horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, their own philosophy that they believe in. This is being meta again, isn't it? Then suddenly, what you went through when you thought you related to the protagonist, They're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. This sounds exactly like breaking the fourth wall. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest in anything. Well, I guess it's alright then, but I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please don't stop me if I start talking too much. Please, I think that said, please stop me. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you were looking forward to it. Let me just get to the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. Well, you're in a literature club. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. And I don't think that's how that works. I still don't understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't mean to. Sorry. I mean... Well, here, this should work, right? I slide my desk up until it's up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them. Wow. Getting into one space, are we? I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Oh, boob shot! Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left of the side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the left side of the book. That way, I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. Oh wow. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if you need a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it of my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the pages, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second-guesses all the things she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Shay, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I didn't know that you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poem to each other. Great. We may not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from her book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I feel like I've been given an assignment. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, and slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? I sure did! It was a bunch of garbly nonsense. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I never really wrote. I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? Wait, are we sharing with one-on-one? I can't wait! Yuri and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Yuri is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Well, I wrote the whole thing for Yuri, so... Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. It's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Huh? I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant... Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She twists her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their own style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice, learning by example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Alright. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm, breathing. Calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Nope. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Shay. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. And soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. yours was impressive too, so you mean the E.E. Cummings assortment of or actually, you can't call that shit Cummings, it's more like Google autocorrect. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Shay. Me too. You don't have to do your best for me. Alright, shit. Let's go with Yuri. This is a good poem, Shay. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who'd be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. That's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't take it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. What? Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. This isn't the first, like, weird little parentheses message that, like, questions what's going on. Well, of course. If that's what that is, I don't know. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's just like I said before, Shay. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Try new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Yuri. I'm not sure if Yuri sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you for doing what a good friend should do anyway. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then, because I'm a jerk. Yay! Now you read my poem too, right? Alright, don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Hehe. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me, kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sorry, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No! Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes you... Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still try my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or... How should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast! Even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I suppose there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. That was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah, but next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. Alright, we have 2 more girls left to get to, Natsuki and Monica, but I'm actually going to call it the end for this episode. This is a very long episode. I am not sure how this game is going to go. From what I know, I think that there's some element of you have to get through the entire dating sim part of the game first, like it's the serious part of the dating sim first, and then things start to get screwy. It starts to get a little bit one-shot or Undertale on you, and there's stuff about like meta computer shit and that kind of thing. So I think the first episode is just gonna be, maybe even the next one too might be pretty tame, like this one, with little sprinklings of meta hinting at shit. So for now, I am gonna call that the end of this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of the game so far. Let me know, do you guys have a favorite dating sim? Let me know in the comments down below. And I will see all of you in the next episode. Bye! This game seems so wholesome with only a slight amount of creep.